Hey, what's going on, YouTube family and friends? This is Bear Brown. Thanks for coming to my garden channel today, where I'm here helping you grow something tasty. Hey, do you want to learn how to grow onions indoors from seed? If so, then that's what we're going to do today. All right, it's very important that we know our onion zone. Yes, we have onion zones. It's very important that we know them so that we can grow those big onions. So I'm going to go ahead and get into that. All right, the first onion zone that we have is the long day onion. All right, those long day onions are for people that's further up north, and I normally consider zone 6 on down for the long day onions. Now those onions need anywhere from 14 to 16 hours of sunlight. All right, the next zone is the intermediate day onion. Those onions need anywhere from 12 to 14 hours of sunlight. And those grow zones can range anywhere from 5 to 7. You may have some overlapping zones. And the last onion zone that we got to talk about are short day onions. All right, then the short day onions, those are for people down south, and those zones normally range from 8 to 11. I believe zone 7, your grow zone can squeak into that as well. And those onions, they need anywhere from 10 hours to 12 hours of sunlight. All right, the reason why that's important, because the sunlight, the amount of hours, they help bulb up the onions to get those big juicy onions that we want. So I'm down south. I need to have a short day onion. So if I would get a long day onion, then those onions are going to be real small. They're not going to get big as we want. So that's why it's very critical for you to know what onion zone that you're in. And now I have these yellow Utah jumbos. Now I planted these about 3 years ago. They didn't grow up to be about big. They were not big at all. All right, the reason why is because that is a long day onion. Now on the back of the packet, it should tell you that this is a long day onion, but it does not. All right, so you have to look up. If they don't tell you that, you have to look it up on Google, and it would let you know what they are. And that's why I did not grow these anymore, because once I found out. All right, these are the Texas Grano. So these are short day variety, and now I just picked these up the other day. They have it listed that they are a short day onion. So now I think they're starting to put them on the packet, but you need to look at it just in case. All right, so just to let you know. All right, now we're gonna talk about the different ways that you can start your onions. You, of course, can start your onions from seed, which we're gonna do, or you can start these onions from sets. Now, in the past, I used to think that sets were the better way to go, but I was always getting these small onions, and I stopped growing onions because I said, hey, that's all I can get. I might as well go to the store. But the reason why my onions were getting small, the other reason is I started from sets. All right, now these sets, they were planted from seed a full year ago. So this is the second year. Now, when you plant a set and it's on the second year, what's going to happen is it's not going to focus all its energy on growing bigger bulbs, because it's going to start producing seed. So it's going to put all the energy into producing seed, because it's biannual. So this is the last year that this is going, the last year of the life cycle. So that's why it's producing the seed. So your onions are not going to get that big. So you probably don't want to start with these if you want big onions. All right, so just keep that in mind. And the last thing you can do, you can start these from actual starts. Now, if you go to the store, pick up your starts, someone has already started it from seed the same year. So you're getting the same benefit. The only difference is you're only going to be able to get the varieties that they have. So when you start with seed, you're going to get all the varieties that you want. You just want to make sure that you have the right type of onion for your grow zone. So the next thing that we're going to go ahead and get into, we're just going to go ahead and start potting this tray up. And I'm just going to use a tray to put all my potting soil in. Now, I made my own mix, and I did a video a couple days ago. And if you haven't seen that video, I will go ahead and link it at the end of this video. So all I'm doing, I've already moistened this down, and I'm just gonna fill it in. And I am gonna try something new. Hopefully it's gonna work for me. I think some other gardeners have already got the benefits of it, so I'm gonna go ahead and try it next and see. But I'm gonna go ahead and get this in first, and then I'll let you see what that is in a second. So you want to make sure you just fill it all in, and you want to make sure that you push it down. So you want to get all the air bubbles out. I want to save all this soil because I'm running low because I put some other things in it. But once I push this down to get the air pockets out, then I can go ahead and start planting the seeds. So I'll get back with you in a second. All right, now I just got finished putting my seedling soil mix in my tray. Now, one other thing that I got to tell you before we start sowing these seeds is that you want to know when it's time for you to start your actual seeds in your trays. You want to make sure you look at your last frost date, and if you don't know how to look, if you don't know what your last frost date is, then you can go to almanac.com or you can Google it. All you have to do is go to Google, put in your city and state, and then hit enter, and it's going to show you what your last frost date is. And then all you have to do, and it's going to be you can start these from 8 to 12 weeks from your last frost date. So all you have to do is from that date when it tells you, you're going to get a calendar and count the weeks, 10 or 12 weeks back, and then that will be the time for you to start. All right, my last frost date is in April the 1st. So all I do have to count back 10 to 12 weeks, however you want to start, but I will at least start anywhere from 10 to 12 weeks because we want to make sure that we get these onion seeds time to grow so that we can get them to grow these nice onion bulbs. All right, so you want to make sure you do that. So what we're going to do now is open these up, and I am going to do bulk sowing. Bulk sowing means I'm going to spread a lot of these out into the entire tray because I want a lot of onions. So let me go ahead and get these out. And onions, the onion seeds, you can bunch them up together because when they grow, you can easily pull them apart. So it's not gonna make a big deal. So I'm gonna put some in each cell. Make sure I get enough of them in there, and we'll be ready to go to the next step. And I'm excited about this next step because I haven't done this before. All right, so we should be well on our way. And like I said, you want to make sure that you had already pre-moistened your mix, because we're trying to put this in the best possible environment for growth. Now I know in the past that sometimes my seedlings, I would probably put too much soil over top of my seedlings, and they would have a hard time to grow because I guess I put too much, and these tiny seeds didn't push through the growing medium that I use. So that's gonna be different this year. But like I said, if something happens to your seeds, you can go ahead and just go to the local garden store, and when it's time to get the actual plants, so you won't miss out on growing those big, nice, juicy onions. All right. So now, what we're going to, what I want to try, I'm going to use vermiculite. I'm going to put that on top. So if you looked at my last video with the seed, with the potting soil, making the potting soil, that is in this mixture. But this is going to be the soil. It's nice and fluffy. It's going to help out. It's going to help retain moisture, and it should be real easy for these seeds to come up. So I shouldn't have an issue with the seeds not germinating and coming up. And that's going to help me fight against, it's also going to help me fight against any disease, because it's going to keep this nice and moist, And I doubt any fungus is going to be able to grow on top of this. At least that's what I'm hoping. But I'm pretty sure it won't. And that's why a lot of people use vermiculite in this mix for water retention and to cut down on any fungus growth. And that's why I've seen a lot of people broadcast this on top of their trays for that very purpose too. All right, almost done. And then I'm gonna put this back inside, but I'm gonna do one more thing before I take it inside on my grow rack. And if you don't have any grow lights, you're not gonna need it right now, but once these start to come through, you're gonna need grow lights. You can check out my video. I got some easy grow lights that you can make, and you'll be on your way. So I'm just gonna get this to stay down on top of it and to keep the seeds moist as well. And I want to see how this works myself, for me. All right, so all I'm gonna do now is take my little dome. I'm gonna put it over top just like that. And put this little piece on top. The dome is gonna help me keep it moist when it's in my house. And I'm not gonna cut my grow lights on until I see the actual starts start coming up. All right, so all I have to do now is just take this inside and wait about, let me see, 10 to 14 days. I should see germination. They better germinate. All right, so I need for you to, if you have not seen the seed starting mix video, you can look it up. It's either gonna be on this side or this side, and we're gonna be good to go. If you found value in this video, let me know, give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, think about doing so. And remember, I need you to grow something tasty. All right, this is Bear Brown. I'll see you next time. Bye.